Hello, my name is Israel, and I just want to share my experience these past 3 years going through the college process and having Eduardo as my college counselor and a mentor and a friend as well. And so I guess I really have to start off in the beginning. So I first met Eduardo around when I was a sophomore in high school, and I met him through a friend of my mom, and that started the partnership between him and I. And he really saw my enthusiasm and passion really to want to become an astronaut and to go on into the world and innovate all these different things to get humanity closer to the stars while doing some good down here on Earth as well. And that fire, I guess, captivated him as well, and that was really the beginning of our um, start together as a mentor and mentee. And it was really great because I had someone that could one check my writing, because I can tell you already it is not easy writing stuff and getting it right the first time. I remember back I had to write multiple iterations of the essay, and sometimes it can feel discouraging, I guess, to get so many essays back. But in the end, when I look back on it now, I know that it was they had to give me back the essays because they were not the ones that were right for the applications. That's something that I now understand, that you have to be able to make sure your writing is good, and that sometimes takes time. And I guess a lot of people can feel like they're already good writers until you have someone and then they show you, well, look, this is where you actually lack and stuff like that. But lacking something is not necessarily bad. It just means that you have a lot to learn, which is kind of interesting. And that's what happened to me, where I was learning all these different things to write good essays. And apart from that, it was also the fact that Eduardo was also keen on my interest. And so he would always send me different links to different scholarships and different opportunities that dealt with STEM, and more importantly, biomedical engineering, which is what I wanted to do. When I would go off to college, and he would always send me links, and I would think back and I'm like, wow, if it hadn't been for different types of links, perhaps I wouldn't have found the different opportunities that I went through. So, for example, one of them is how I went into a summer camp at Carnegie Mellon, called the Summer Academy for Math and Sciences. And that was really interesting because that's when I was first working at a tissue engineering lab, and I knew for sure I wanted to do biomedical engineering. And it was very nice to just look back on it and think, wow, I had someone to help me through all of this, and someone who cares about my success as a student. When I look back on it, he was also there during the struggle. So, to be completely honest, sometimes in the college process, you are going to face disappointment. And if you don't, you're extremely lucky. But for the vast majority of people, you will mostly face discouragement in either the form of deferment or rejection and other things of that nature. But the good thing is that Eduardo was there to still encourage you, because, for example, when I look back at this process, I consider the fact that he was there consistently from day one, even after my different rejections of the different programs and schools that I applied to. And despite that all, he still encouraged me to apply to different schools and to do this and to go beyond, really. And that really sucks with me, just because it's easy to give up when you've been rejected by, for example, 10 different schools, and you might just say, fine, if I have a spot open at this university, I'll just stay with it. For me, that was my state school. I had gotten a spot in BME as well in there, in both of my flagship state schools. And I could have, been hopeless and said, fine, I'm going to go to this university. No one else is going to accept me. But the little hope that Eduardo gave me, and from other people like my mom and my friends, really helped me to keep going. And that was really important for me. And I think that anybody who's watching this video should take a note of that, is that you want people who want to push you and who want to see the best in you. And that's what happened to me. Fortunately enough, I was accepted into Yale University uh, this past March 26th, and I cannot contain my excitement. I know I'm very dull in speaking, but it was one of the greatest days so far. And when I was looking back on it these past couple of weeks, it was really an effort that took a lot of time and a lot of dedication, not just from myself, obviously, but from all those people around me, my mentor, my mother, um, my teachers, my principal, my counselor, all those people in your life. They're really going to help you in everything. And it's important to also maintain those relationships with them. You want to genuinely take interest in what they're talking to you about. You want to care for them as persons. And this is something that I now see with Eduardo during this pandemic, in which, apart from the counselor stuff, he's a genuine person that is concerned about my family and how we are doing, and all of this in this pandemic. And it's really nice to think that apart from just being a counselor, he really is a friend. Um, so that was it's very good. So you want to surround yourself with those types of people, and who knows, perhaps in your own journey you will be able to accomplish everything that it is that you want to do. Perhaps um, you also go into a top ranked university like Yale, or you can go wherever your goal is to. Uh, anyway, I hope that was helpful to share my experience with you guys, and thank you guys for listening.